Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa and today is Thursday, February 15th. I would just thought I would give you a relatively brief update that hi baby boys are straight and handsome and playful and love so much. Anyway, that today is Thursday the 15th of February 2024, and that the last time I did a video I had reported that I was 9 pounds down for the year so far, from 281.0 down to, let's see here, actually it says 273.8, so technically I wasn't quite down to 9 pounds, so that must have been the following week. So anyway, to keep it brief, again, I'm going to really try to keep it under 5 minutes. I got down to 272.0, which was a complete 9 pounds down for the year. Then I went back up the following week to like 273.8, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then yesterday when I weighed in, kind of fast forward through that, yesterday when I weighed in on Valentine's Day, I weighed at 271.8. So I am down 9.2 pounds for the entire year. And if my math is mathing correctly, I've still got some bonus pounds, which is fantastic. And my goal for next week is 270.8. In my mind, I'm really trying to break that 270 and get down to like 260 anything, just to, be down into the 260s. Gotta love the hair. I picked them up just a minute ago and there's hair all over my shirt. But anyway, yeah. So that's about it, really. I've been playing a lot of volleyball. I've been trying to make healthier choices. I have been trying to stretch when I can while I'm at work and all that. And so he's really the star. Let's be honest. UA is the star. He's so handsome. And making better choices with like what I drink my coffee and what I put in it, and smaller portions and stuff like that. I mean, it's not a lot of work that I've put into it. It's just been a little bit of work that I've put into it. So, it's not, yeah, that's why you probably can't see much of a difference, if there's a difference at all. So, but at least it's that steady, like I said, I've been aiming for at least 1 pound every week. I've still got bonus pounds that I've lost, which is fantastic. I'm just trying to be consistent. That way I don't end up gaining it back. Like I went up a little bit and then I went back down. And that was a bit of a scare, because the last time that I made my video, I kind of talked about how that when you get to that point where you were kind of plateaued, but it was because you were lazy and you didn't make good changes and you don't want to be stuck there and all this other, so it was rough. But anyway, so I made it through Valentine's Day without overeating. I actually ate at a deficit yesterday with my volleyball included into that, so that was fun. And that was good. And I still had like a few little treats, throughout the day. So, but I digress. So I just wanted to basically update you that I've gotten down to 271.8. So I'm only 1.9 or roughly 2 pounds away from being down into the 260s again. And as I've said before, this is going to be my third time working off like 60 to 70 pounds, hopefully more than that. But third time I've done that this time around. So in my adult life, which I think before I became an adult, it was just kind of a gradual like increase every flipping year. I didn't really ever lose weight. I just increased. And I think the biggest increase was from when I was in 7th grade. If I'm not mistaken, I weighed like 130 pounds, which was kind of fluffy, but not fat for a 7th grader. And then in 8th grade, I weighed 180 pounds when I started 8th grade. So that was like a 50-pound gain over a year. And that was a lot. And again, I've just kind of progressively, gained. And then a year or 2 or 3 after my mom passed away, which was like 14 years ago now. So we're looking at like 13-ish, 12. I had gotten in with Herbalife, which is a nutrition company. Yes, it's an MLM, but the product is really good. So if you have tried that, or if you're interested in trying it, reach out to everybody you know on Facebook. I'm sure that there's somebody selling Herbalife. But anyway, it's a good product. And I had done that with a better diet, you know, healthy snacks and all that jazz, and exercise. And I had worked off, like, I think it was like 60 pounds, and then gained it back. Like, and this was over a few years, so it wasn't like, you know, dropping that weight. But it was over like maybe 2 or 3 years, and I'd lost or worked off that weight. And then over about the same span, I gained it back, and then I worked it off again, just doing good diet and exercise, you know, the proper way, and making healthy changes and trying to be more proactive about my health and everything. And I'd worked off 70 pounds that time. And then over the last few years, I've gained it all back. So, like, I know that you guys had maybe seen one of my videos where I talked about having done that St. Jude run. Like, I think I was down to like 220 something whenever I did that St. Jude run. And that was just a few years ago. But, you know, as I've talked about before, I had a lot happen in 21, and that was the big year that, like, just so many things just kept happening that just, it was very stressful. But I'm working on bringing it back now, and I'm really trying to make changes. My sister and I are both like on the same page about making changes, and so we are both trying to encourage each other to make better choices and all that. So again, I want to keep it brief. I think it says it's like at 6.5 minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up by saying that I am, again, trying to work down at least the 1 pound for next Wednesday when I weigh in again, to be down to 270.8. So 270.8. But if I can wing it, and I work hard, and I make really good choices, and I try to do the healthy thing, I'm sure that I can get down into the 260s again by next Wednesday, because that's literally like a 2 pound. Like, it's 1.9. It's not even, just to be at 269.9, I need to work off 1.9 pounds. So it would just be really nice to see that number on the scale. I am noticing that some of my clothes are starting to fit a little bit better. So, you know, we're almost hitting that 10-pound mark. And so these pants are not they were a little bit constricting before. So it was pushing it, you know, but I'm starting to notice that they're a lot easier to put on and all this other. And my shirts, I have this ritual where I kind of stretch my shirts out a little bit before I put them on, because I had gained so much weight back that they were kind of tight, particularly around my hips. So there's that. But I am noticing that I don't have to do it as much, because there were times where I'd stretch it out a little bit, then put them on, then I have to take the shirt off and stretch it out a little bit more. And I'll do that for you sometime, just not today. But anyway, yes, so that's better. I also wanted to say in the last video that I had that I have this jacket. You know what? It's fine. It's going to be like a 10 or 11 minute video. It's fine. And I apologize. My asthma's acting up because the weather is wonky. I live in central Illinois, and it's warm, and then it's cold. I think it was like 60 degrees over Christmas, which usually it's cold, but it was like 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's pretty nice. But then dropped down to, like, I think early January, it was like below freezing point for us. You know, it was a lot. So anyway, I will show you some things that I wanted to show you guys and did not think about. Don't mind me, I'm grabbing some things as my little examples. That's one of my favorite shirts. Okay, yes. All right. Thank you again for being patient with me while I do the things. All right, so I'm going to pause. Okay, and I'm continuing now. So thank you again for being patient. So I wanted to share about the last time that I did my video. I have this purple jacket, and I've had it for a really, really long time. My best friend Tegan got it for me. And so I had put this on one of those freezing cold days, and realized that I can't zip it up because I've gotten too fucking fat again. So, like, seriously, like, I could try. Yeah, I don't want to break the zipper. So anyway, so I couldn't zip it up, couldn't quite close it. So I wore my scarf, because I have this scarf that I wear. Just wore it right here, and it was good enough. But usually I just like to wear hoodies when it gets really cold, just because they're less constricting and, you know, the less bulky and a lot easier to deal with. So I'm working on getting to the point where I can zip this up again. So you saw that, can't zip it, you know, whatever, it's fine. So anyway, so hopefully I can get this to zip up again. The other thing, hi baby boy. Hi Lilo, so pretty. The other thing that I wanted to show you is this is my stretch out ritual that I do with my clothes right now because they don't quite fit. And these are 2X's. And so rather than get rid of any of them, because I mean, most of the shirts that I have now are pretty new because I went crazy during a teeturtle.com sale that they had where everything was like half off the entire site, and I got like a bunch of dragon t-shirts and then a couple other ones. This is one of my dragon t-shirts that I have. It's pro reading because I enjoy reading and then I like dragons and stuff. So anyway, that, and then this is, I love this because this is me to a T. I love to a T t-shirt. A t-shirt. My puns are koala tea. I know it's backwards because of the video, but anyway, this is one of my favorite shirts that I have because it's bright ass green and I love green. And this is one of my favorite shades of green. The video probably doesn't do it justice. It's a beautiful green. But anyway, so this is what I do every morning when I get ready for work, for my work t-shirts and for my casual t-shirts whenever I put them on. If I change a shirt or whatever, because again, I've gained so much weight that I need to do this because my hips are so wide, is I put it around my arms like so, where my elbows are just above the seam, and I stretch it. And I go back and forth. So my hands are up where the sleeves are, stretch back and forth. Then I turn it like so. And do the same thing. So the front of the shirt, back of the shirt, and just kind of stretch it out. And then it's wide enough for me to wear without being uncomfortable. So, and you can tell that it's kind of fucking stretched out, and I apologize for my language. It's just irritating. So that I have to do it, for one, because it's a dig to my pride, but also, it's just like I know that I love these shirts that I have, and that most of these shirts are pretty new. They're, you know, maybe several months new. They're not old shirts. And the fact that I know that I'm stretching them out because they don't fit me right now is one thing, but also that I have to, just to be comfortable. And I don't want to go buy, like, to be honest with you, I don't know if any of you guys have experienced when you've gained weight and you don't want to buy a size up, especially when you've gained to like the most that you've ever gained, and you can't swallow your pride enough to buy one more size up than you've ever been. Like, you don't want to cross that line. You don't want to, like, if you've only ever been, say you've only ever been a large, and that's the largest you've ever been. And you go and you find out that your large shirts don't quite fit you the way they used to, and they're too tight, or they hug all your fat rolls, or whatever you got going on. And you can't bring yourself to buy a 1X or an XL because it's just like your pride's too thick. And that's how I feel about my 2Xs. I do not want to go out and buy a 3X shirt because the highest I've ever had to buy was a 2X. And I guess it's kind of in my comfort zone. And I don't want to go out of my comfort zone in a negative direction to get a 3X. And part of it's me not wanting to face reality, but simultaneously, like, it's such a dig to my pride. It's such a dig. So what I do instead is I stretch my shirts out. And again, like I said, I'm on the precipice of the 10-pound mark again, because it went down, or no, yeah, that's right. On the precipice of the 10-pound mark again. I only need to work off 0.8 pound of a pound, 0.8 of a pound before I hit my 10-pound. And I don't have to stretch them out as much, but I still have to stretch them out for my hips. So that being said, I know that I need to start incorporating some lower ab exercises and upper ab exercises so that I can start working off some of this some of all of this, because there's a whole lot of it. And, you've seen me in other videos like a couple years ago where there was so much less, and you can tell. And it's frustrating. But, again, like it was to the point where with my, and I'll go ahead and show you because I'm not too proud to show you on a kind of a weight loss journey kind of channel that I wear my pants really high for a stupid reason that I won't get into right now. But my drawstrings, so back in when I was, consistently running and exercising, I got to a point where I wore like a 2X pants, and I kept tightening the drawstring to the point where you couldn't tighten it anymore. Not that you couldn't tighten it anymore, but you couldn't tighten it anymore without the rest of it being so baggy that my thighs rubbed together, and it was really bad. So I'd have to like pull it up really high, which is part of the reason why I wear them up this high, and then roll them down so that they so that the crotch wasn't like down here, and like my thighs are rubbing together while I'm running and stuff. So, but now, and then the other reason, I'll go ahead and tell you, the other reason that I wear them so high is because of the way my fat has kind of compartmentalized. I have like the uppermost fat roll, which is very small and wasn't there like a few years ago because I'd worked so much off. Then I've got this big ass fat roll right through here where my waist kind of is. And then I've got this big ass fat roll. And the way that they kind of divide is like right here, right where my belly button is, like right here. And so instead of, if I were to wear my pants down where my belly button is and where my upper fat roll is, my upper big fat roll, then you would see more of the divide where these two fat rolls are, because that's exactly where it folds over. So instead I wear it up higher so that it's a little more uniform and one big fat roll, and it appears that there is one big fat roll instead of two big fat rolls. And I wouldn't have to deal with all this if I made better choices. So anyway, I am going to do that, and I will continue to encourage you. So while I do so, please make good choices, be your best self, live your best life. If you can, if you would like to like my video, you're welcome to. Whatever. But, leave me a comment, give me some support, share with me your issues if you'd like to. I can talk about them in the next video if you would like me to, whatever. I don't care. We can chat about stuff. It'll be a good time. And have a lovely day. And I hope to talk to you soon. I know that one of my goals for Mal, she's so pretty. She's so fluffy. I love her so much. This is Willow, by the way, if you haven't met her yet on my channel. This is my baby girl. One of my goals for this year is to post at least 2 times a month. So I don't remember what date it was the last time I posted, but I'm pretty sure that was before February started. So this is my first this month, and I still have about 2 weeks to post another one. And hopefully the next time that I post that, I'm aiming to have good news that I've worked off some more, or that something's fitting me better, or that I've noticed a change in my energy, which is something that I've noticed as well. I've also noticed that I'm sleeping better. It's not phenomenal. I still have insomnia. I've still been, I sometimes, I haven't done it a lot, but I've been taking some like nighttime sleep aid that help me get to sleep. And I did finish that book, Sleep Smarter, that I'd been talking about finishing finally. I finished it, but at the very end of the book, they talk about a 2-week, basically a 2-week sleep makeover that you can do. And I'm not sure that I'm ready to start that. And even he kind of prefaces it by saying that you need, if you're not going to do it immediately, you need to set aside time for when you're going to start. That way you can talk to the people who are in your life and tell them about what you're going to do, and ask them for support in doing it. So one of the things they talk about, which I may have mentioned before, was that try to avoid your electronic devices and the light that they give off right before bed, because that light keeps your brain awake. There's a lot to it. But anyway, and that's a problem that I have, because one, if my sister and I are allowed to hang out, like if we've got the time and we can hang out, we're usually sitting on the couch watching videos like all evening. So like tonight, that's what I'm planning to do, because tonight is my first night where I don't have anything planned. And so I'm going to relax with my introvert self and chill and sit on the couch and just, you know, and I might do some exercises too, because that's something that we've been doing. We've been rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender, Korra, the Korra series. It's Korra. She's the worst Avatar. I will fight you. It's fine, but she really is. Change my mind. You can't change my mind. She's the worst Avatar. But anyway, I digress. But anyway, we're rewatching that because Matt hasn't seen all of those. So me, Shelly, and Matt via Discord, we're watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Korra one. And we're almost done with that, so we're probably going to wrap that up tonight. But anyway, while we've been watching that, or if there are other videos that I can listen to that I don't actually have to like visually watch, you know, like Korra, we've already seen it, so I kind of know what's going on. I can just kind of listen, you know, and kind of watch, listen, whatever. But with some other videos where I can just listen to whatever stories are, I can get up, I can stretch, or I can lift some weights or something like that while I'm watching. So that's one of the things that I've kind of incorporated into what I'm doing. So now you know that that's a thing. So, I mean, and if you're at home and you're trying to do better for yourself as well, you know, you can grab something that's kind of heavy-ish and you can just lift that weight as much as you want, you know, and then switch arms and, you know, up over the head, whatever, you know, just do something. There's a good saying, and I forget if anyone's actually coined having said it. I'm pretty sure there is. I just don't remember who the person is, but it says, start where you are with what you have, like right now, basically. You know, you don't have to wait, and you can use anything. Like if you find something that's a relatively comfortable weight, my sister does the apple cider vinegar thing. You can do apple cider vinegar. You can do Mrs. Butterworth. You can just lift her all night long. Lift her up. Give her a little pick-me-up. Told you I'm bad with puns. But anyway, you know that if you've got like some milk jugs, half gallon, full gallon, you can just, you know, fill them up with water after they're empty or whatever. Just, you know, I digress. It's the whatever thing, you know. You can do wall push-ups if you can't do a full push-up, because like I can't do a full push-up. I got really close to being able to do a full push-up, and then something popped in my elbow, and I probably won't ever be able to do a full push-up, but I'm hoping that someday I can. So that's one of my goals, but that is beyond the scope of my current reality right now, so I can't even go there. But anyway, have a great day. Do what you can with what you have where you're at right now. Make good choices, be your best self, live your best life, do the things. I probably had another point that I was going to make, but I forgot what it is. But anyway, the light thing, the sleeping. The sleeping has been better, but not phenomenal. So that's a good thing. And also my heartburn has actually gotten a lot better. So I haven't had to take Tums every night before I go to bed. There have been a couple nights where it popped up, and I did have to take a little bit of Tums to kind of chill out that heartburn. But if it pops up recently, it's been very, very mild, to the point where I don't need anything. I can lay down and kind of ignore it and I'll be fine. So yeah. So anyway, that's that. I quit. Thank you for listening to me go on and on for my hopefully 5-minute ends up being 24-minute video. And I will talk to you in a future one. You have a lovely day, and you just, you know, rock out with your socks out. All right. Bye.